Today's topic is pertinent as the Reggae Girlz are about to venture in less than 24 hours on their last 16 encounter with the Colombians, the opponents, South American giants. We've already slayed one giant in the form of Brazil. We are about to embark on yet another formidable outfit. We've seen a bag of shocks in the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, the likes of Canada, Olympic champions, the likes of Germany, runners-up in the European Championships, knocked out. But our valiant viewers and subscribers, our valiant Reggae Girlz have been striding the stage with pride, with vigor, with resilience, with tactical acumen, all under the guidance of Coach Loon Donaldson. However, the Reason Boss has had reason to reflect on many things pertinent to football and field life. And without further ado, talking of life, here comes the analytical boss, a man for all seasons, JD of WeMaxit. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you well. How are you doing?
I am well. I'm in fine fettle, and I'm giving thanks for you joining Rich Poe for power. And the power of reasoning is what we at Rich Poe Sports are about. And we know, if you don't know, you better know. JD and WeMaxit and IMaxit shoots from the hip and the lip, calls it as he sees it. A man all seasons. Without further ado, JD, the Reggae Girlz. I'm going to dive deep into the subject. I've actually, and you can laugh at me, viewers and subscribers, if you may, but sometimes I refer to the Reggae Girlz as our Reggae Girlz. And then I find myself rewinding and saying, no, the Reggae Girlz. Why? Well, in light of the likes of Bunny Shaw, the likes of Rebecca Spencer, outstanding Jamaica Reggae Girlz keeper, speaking out, speaking their minds, it got me thinking, what does respect mean to the average Jamaican? Is Jamaica such a patriarchal society that the sound of women speaking out, just speaking their minds, whether it be entirely accurate, semi-accurate, an outlay of an opinion, it creates a whirlpool and a storm? JD, the floor is yours, sir. I've got a handful of questions. The first opening gambit. What does respect mean to you and to the average Jamaican? It may differ. Go ahead, sir.
It's very hard to answer that question in that form because I've not been in Jamaica for a long time, so I don't know what is the standard today. But when I was actually there, I do believe that you have different societies in Jamaica. You have the uptown and you have the downtown. Regardless of how you want to look at it, it's just a fact. You understand me? And most of our side, which I am from downtown, so I can relate to that. And what I've learned is um, it's just tough because our older in the older era, we never really understand it. We never actually activate the same worldwide style. So, for instance, in England, you know that it's like equal rights and stuff. In the ghetto where I'm from, it was not like that. It was not like that. Ladies have to hold their place and don't talk certain ways and stuff. So I just believe that they're portraying the same thing as if like ladies should just shut up and don't talk, which is something completely not good because we are in 2023. That was like in the 90s and maybe the early 2000s. You can't do that to now because it's like equal rights, which it should have always been equal rights, to be honest. But for a long times in Jamaica, it's not equal rights, and that's just a fact, And now you have Donny Shaw playing for Manchester City, reeking big contracts. That is more than a lot of men can ever achieve in their lives. So, with that said, now, and you put the plus with the lack of equality, it's going to bring anger. So, if she comes out and talk and try to belittle people, that is in a society that is primarily men, in the same context that I'm talking about, you're only going to get aggression. And aggression is what we got the last time. And that's why I had to push back and said, listen to me, man. We avoid the aggression. They are Jamaicans and they are doing something that have never been done in Jamaica, total, men or women. So this we have to find a way to give them respect, and we have to find a way to enforce that 50-50% and everyone is equal, so it pains me to when I've listened to others spoke on the matter, and I realized they're trying everything to find a way to fight the girls, when really and truly, if you just broke down everything, listen to what she said, and then just look at the facts, you would have realized that she's not telling any lies. It doesn't matter how you want to spin the metric of, oh, she said that and that's what she meant. If you even listen to what the girl said, you could have interpreted it a lot of ways. And if you context it based on how the other phrases came after, you still don't get what they're saying that she meant. You understand me? So I just think that we have to just evolve as a culture, to be honest, and just learn that everyone is in this and everyone is equal. So if Tony Shaw comes and become a millionaire by playing football, and they took Jamaica to the furthest place they have ever gone into any football levels, and brought in money that any one of our football levels have ever brought in. Because we have to put that in as well. So we can't just talk as if like, oh, they're just talking. No, 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 no. They are doing things that we have never done before. So even if you want to get angry, I think that should have given you the opportunity to say, all right, then they are doing this good. So let me bypass them this time, bypass my culture, and really dig deep to see what they meant. Because remember, a lot of them are casuals. They never really knew what was actually going on with the JFF and the girls for the longest time. So that's why a lot of them mixed up even the conversation. Because at first, I did a few videos, people coming on saying that, oh, 3 million the guys them spent. So they're little 70,000 US dollars. Their little 70,000 US dollars. When in the world, and when in Jamaica, 70,000 US dollars, and when in the JFF, 70,000 US dollars have ever been a little bit of money. Let me give you a little facts right here. Just to go to the Gold Cup, the men them, all the hype on planet Earth was not over 300,000 US dollars. So owing the world 70,000 US dollars will become not important. That makes no logical sense. But it comes back to what we have just said. Because when they were growing up, they believe that ladies are not as equal as men. So they are going to try and binnacle every single thing. And then when the facts came out, it was not 3 million. They spent over 300,000 to get the trip on board. So you know why? You know what happened now? The 70,000 becomes drastically more valuable because it was paying for people to come there and get things done. You understand me? So they just jumped in and never really looked at it properly before try to judge the girls them. So I think we should be using this as a positive moment. But sometimes if you have a corrupted society, you have to use some positive moments to really overhaul things. Period. You understand me? So I think this is the overhauling process right now, because you had to have something this big for everyone in the country to mutually take keen attention to it, and that's what will change certain aspects of Jamaica. To be honest,
Respect, JD. Big up DNA viewing, and to all those viewers and subscribers tuning in live or on the rerun and rewatch. Big up yourself and full respect by and on behalf of JD Sports of WeMaxit and Rich Cove and the Reason Boss. Now, JD, you speak with a balanced tone, but I know the fire burns brightly inside your bones for the reggae girls, the reggae boys, and Jamaica and people in general. Let me put this to you. Answer as you may. Can you quantify how much respect is due to the Reggae Girls themselves for their endeavors, the challenges they've overcome, the outstanding performances they've put in so far in the World Cup and on their World Cup journey. But let me call you and call to account and big up potentially the JFF, Lorne Donaldson, the Go Fund Them campaigners and those who contributed, and the fans themselves, the social media, the fans, the commenters, the 12th men. Can you quantify how much respect should be given to each of these groups? I put it to you that all of them deserve a fair amount of respect. And for the cause of reasoning, isn't respect about appreciating others, listening to others, valuing others as well as yourself, and therefore not being totally tribalistic? I talk you out of order, you know, I talk no sense. I'm my way or the highway. How does this work, sir?
All right, so quantify it, and everyone deserves respect, which is three different parties. You're saying the JFF, the GoFundMe, which is the fans and the people around, and then the girls, which and London Nansen. And yeah, I think everyone should get respect, but not equally. That's the difference. Not equally. I think the girls definitely deserve more respect, period, out of the overall thing, if we can actually quantify the respect. You understand me? Because the girls had to always work with whatever is there. Because remember, based on how it sets up on their budget, is everything is included and they have to be auditing what they really want to do. So for instance, the main I road is the reggae boys. So majority of their funds will always be dispersed to the Reggae Boys. That's why I would love for them to open that book and see if it match anything that they're saying. So my respect amount for the JFF will not be high at no point, because you know what, I can't see what they're saying. I'm seeing what the Reggae Girls and Londoners doing and also spending. I've seen what Sidel Mali spent as well. So majority of that respect will always go to these people. I know what they have said. They have said out of the 369,000 that they spent to get themselves to Australia, I've heard everybody else except $1 coming from the JFF. They're just taking FIFA money, put right there. They're taking this corporate money, put right there. Sidela money, put right there. The Bob Marley Foundation, put right there. I've not heard that, oh, the JFF brought in some amount of capital and over the time they have earned this, and we have put this towards the conversation. And let me put the government there. The government said that they gave 3 million every single month, and then made it look like it's the girls alone. No, I've heard they talk about the 3 million 4 or 5 times, and it was an overall process to anything football related towards the JFF. So sometimes it's hard to give them the right ratings. The only persons I can give the ratings to is London and Sidela Mali and the girls, period, because I can see what they're saying. You get me? Everyone else, I have to go back into too much deep file. I don't know what is wrong with these people, and we can't just get 100% of what you're saying flat out. I have to always be going into, oh, you said this. Let me see what this meant. No, the girls them get their respect and we finish it right here. That's what I'm saying. The girls, Londoners and the Sidela Mali, I think I will give them their respect, and I'm waiting on the JFF to open their books so I could give the government and themselves the respect. You understand me? Because I can't give you respect when I don't know what to do. You said, you tell me what the process is, and the process never included you in it. So how can I give you credit? And that's what I'm going to put back to you. How can I give you credit when you tell me that four enterprise put money to complete the process and you are not in it? You are just the middleman that pay out the thing. So I should give you credit for you walking from point A to point B. Oh no, no, no. That's going to be a little bit of credit. Then Mr. Reasons boss.
I hear you loud and clear. And you're shooting from the hip and lip as expected. Like, share, and subscribe. JD of WeMaxit and iMaxit fame, the analytical boss, coming right at you. I can tell you now in the community, the day likes of DNA, big up yourself, DNA, football. He agrees with you entirely. The JFF deserve little credit. The main bulk of credit goes to the Reggae Girls themselves, who have been producing on the pitch and off the pitch. But let me put this to you, JD. Could there be a case of double standards? Do you believe that equality is or should be sought after, or should we have a little latitude for the women? I say that because was it not the case that in the Reggae Girlz storyline, they themselves were in some controversy um, with the releasing of a previous manager who had an outstanding record in qualification, and they lobbied seemingly for a new coach. They came in for some criticism at that time. Now, the rights and wrongs of that could be argued through and through. But could there be double standards? Could the Reggae Girlz be indeed in need of being called to account? After all, the international media, and I know more, and I'm sure you know bundle about the media. They
Mm-hmm.
jumped and added plenty of fuel to the fire when the mention of GoFundMe was mentioned. They jumped on that, and that was fuel to the fire. Could we have a little balance and calling the Reggae Girlz to account to be on their P's and Q's? And the international media and local media should be calling the likes of yourself, JD, the likes of Ryan, the likes of Coach's Desk to say, hold on, what are really going on? Can we have the context of the comments of the likes of Bunny Shaw? Speak, big man.
All right. So you said double standard. Yeah, it could have been double
Potentially,
standard.
but
It could have been double standard, but hear me out right here. Wasn't this a thing? The Reggae Boys went to Suriname, and because their plane flight was not registered, someone had to rule. They said they are not touching the pitch until this man get fired. Was that not
go
true?
ahead.
So
Absolutely. Go
I
ahead. Go
cannot
ahead.
say it's a double standard. They said they want the manager to be fired, or they're not going back on the field because they don't think he's teaching them anything, and they want this person to come in. But the Reggae Boys said they're not going to play unless this man leave, and they want such and such things to come in. So I don't see the double standard there. In relation to what they have done, it's the same damn thing. But this is where I saw people spin it and said, and remember, I'm just trying to give you back an answer, I'm not picking up for the girls, but I'm gonna try to show you. Oh, it always they try to spin it when it's a lady. You get me? Because the same exact thing happened for men, but yet still it's just normal because that's the exact thing happen. That's why we have a new gen sec today, because they said they were not going to touch a field, and if they hadn't touched the field at the point, we would have gotten banned, and then everything would have gone. And they what they did, the president came out and said the gen sec was not good at all. He tried to teach him, but he said it was tough, and he got fired. So
Wins.
what are you?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for me to say double standard right here, because that definitely, guys, who's listening this, the girls did things that are wrong as well, but the men, the same thing that you're talking about, that your class that's wrong for the girls. I saw people defending it when it was the man. Yes, they need to leave now because a long time they will do this. Okay, so why you couldn't say a long time the coach couldn't coach? Because I see the coach and the coach couldn't coach. Straight up. I never like it because I saw Damrep dominating Jamaica. And Damrep was just a team that got a lot of money, a lot of talented players coming from college, put themselves together and have a aim of 4 years. And they came to Jamaica and tried to take it over. You understand me? So, and Jamaica was ranked within anything you can put it from four down to not first, but from fifth to second, 53rd, because United States and Canada was always the first one. You understand me? So, the double standard thing, I wouldn't jump to say double standard, but I would say what they did was wrong, but what also the Reggae Boys did was actually wrong as well.
Fair dues. Fair dues. Good answer. This is what we call reasoning. Like, share, and subscribe. Reason and Aguan. JD, the Reggae Girls have, I'll hold my hand up, surprised me with the level of their performance. That game against France, in my opinion, first time I've had the opportunity to speak with you, the game against France, in my opinion, and my time of watching Jamaican male, female, junior representation, it was amongst the finest performance I've seen. I remember Jamaica beating Uruguay 1-0. I remember a Gold Cup 0-0 featuring the Reggae Boys against Jamaica. Reggae Boys against Brazil in 1997, I believe. Before the World Cup in France. Outstanding performance. But the tactical nous, the resilience, the resolve, the energy, the effort, the concentration levels to hold and make France appear at sixes and sevens was absolutely astonishing, amazing, and I doff my cap and salute the Reggae Girlz. What did you make of that performance in a nutshell? Was that a performance full of and in need of being called out in the greatest respect?
Uh, I would say yes, because remember, you have to put context to things. Jamaica coming in, Jamaica was one of the 43rd ranked teams, and they are going up against the fifth best team in the world. Definitely, thirds of the pitches will be controlled by that team. And what I saw from Jamaica was always organization, because they needed to. You understand me? And a level of defending that is very good. Obviously, you're going to still give up a lot of chances because France will just create the amount of chances that maybe it's when Jamaica playing one of the average teams in the region. You get me? So that's how it's going to look. But at least Jamaica had the quality in the Swaby sisters to really kick on. Wiltshire looks good. Blackwood looked okay in the second half. She ended up with the lady of the match, but definitely the second half she looked much better. And it was a collective performance, and I thought that they built off that and just had a belief to say that, tell you what, if we can't get a goal, because clearly we have to defend against these teams, because two of these teams are two of the best teams in the world. So my attitude is just to make sure we don't concede, and then we go up against a team that we should be beating. We're going to make sure we get at least something over the line, and they did just that. So I want to say the combined performances, I would have to give it a passing grade because they defended, Yeah, but the attacking side still left to be desired, but nothing is there. So we have to just wait until they add that on their thing, because clearly the intention, and when I've listened to the coach Donaldson, because he's a very much intelligent man, and the one thing I respect about him, he has similar traits to me, that just say it as it is. And the fact that he said you have to know what level you are on, and go use that as your strength. I think a lot of that was Jamaicans' downfall before, because we tend to hype and forgot what the stage is. The reason why the Reggae Girls reached this far is because they have literally known exactly where their levels are, and they use that. Okay, we can't break within 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So that means France that can play under 6 seconds, it makes no logical sense to try and force the break to say that, okay, me have whole heap of heart, as what Jamaican would have said. Whole heap of heart, and just run up and down and get six. You understand me?
Yeah,
No, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay in this block, because you know what? I am not moving. You
yeah,
have to move. So your 6 seconds does not become so important. You know why? Because I am not moving, and you have to put it in the goal. So it's going to hit the bar. I am going to dive, save a few. And if I'm lucky, I'm getting a draw on the day. And they got the draw. So they present themselves with the opportunity, and the luck crossed the line and they got it. So for me, I will always have to love that, because I can see the passion, but passion and heart, as what them always say, with sense. Not just heart, but heart with sense. And that's what got the girls them over. And definitely talent as well, because you have to know what you're doing on the field as well. So you're educated and you actually have the talent as well. So everything combined, but not the level of the talent of France to go with them toe to toe. You get me? But at least I've learned that, yes, finally I found a set of people in Jamaica that really approach things the right way, or it should go, which is the delusional thing need to be out of it.
yeah.
Just know where you really rank, and or what your really level is at now, and you approach it with the level that you're on, and then you have a better chance to get the right result. And that's what they did, and that's why I respect these girls to the highest level.
I'm sure there would be some people out there who may be a little surprised, may disagree with you, JD, but I'm sure that a level and a number of those who are reasoning people would appreciate exactly what you're saying, because I concur with what you're saying there. It's a very good point. Knowing the level and yet playing to your strength, and that can elicit a result. And if it doesn't, well, at least you go down trying and not holding and handling and taking and being on the receiving end of six. So full
Yes,
respect.
man.
Now the reggae.
Morocco ran out and said they're gonna play Germany 2-2.
eh,
It ended 6. So- and Morocco played the ball. Morocco plays at a higher pace than Jamaica and passed the ball better than Jamaica. And they defeated Colombia in the final game. Obviously, Colombia was already on 6 points. Yes, but at the same time, Morocco believed that they were better than who they really were, and the mechanics operated on the car.
well,
So
DNA agrees with what you're saying, JD, as well as
yeah,
myself.
but the coach agrees with me as well, because that's what the coach literally said out of his mouth. The good thing is, I have said it before he started to come out with this press conference. I'm saying this is the only way the Reggae Girls really go through. They have to know what level they are at. Because remember, yeah, you can't be feared to know which level you are on. Because if you have a plan to say that I'm going to reach at level 10, but you know what, I'm at level 5 now, but tell you what, the World Cup comes up on me now. And next World Cup is coming 4 years after. But tell you what, I am going to do my best in this one, and maybe I will need capital out of this, which is not maybe. I need capital out of this. So I'm going to go there with a strategical plan to get something done. And they went out there with a strategical plan and played for Jamaica, but played smart to maximize their chances.
Full respect. A couple more questions before we bid you adieu, viewers and subscribers. It's a pleasure having JD in the house. DNA, thanks for watching. To all those watching live and on the rerun, give a strength to Rich Post Sports, and definitely give a strength to WeMaxit, iMaxit Sport, because he tells it as he sees it, shooting from the hip and from the lip. Uh, JD, I have come across the wagonists. We are familiar, and listen, the world over, the world over, full of wagonists, and it comes with the territory. Could it be the case that there are some fans who were more than willing to jump on the GoFundMe controversy and to eat and go wild with it, whilst forgetting that the Jamaican Reggae Girls have an important last 16 clash with Colombia, with a possible, if they get across the line, if they focus, a possible, now we know, quarterfinal awaits, possibly against the European champions, England. Could you Adam and Eve it? Do you think that people are jumping on the bandwagon in anticipation of the Reggae Girls exiting the tournament? You know, and I've picked up on Jamaicans love a winner. But do you think they started to add fuel to the fire themselves in anticipation that the journey would be coming crashing to a halt? So they weren't concerned about focusing on the strengths of the campaign, focusing on the 12th man, focusing on the fact that the JFF have done something, focusing on the fact that the GoFundMe has served the purpose, focusing on the endeavor, the mental fortitude of the Reggae Girls. Do you think it was a little loose and lax of these wagonists who may not even know who the coach of the Reggae Girls are, let alone who they had to encounter before making this back-to-back historic appearance? Speak!
Right. This is how I would look at it. You need wagonesses, because that's the word they use. But you need additional personnel that are not inclined to say that they're professional in the viewership of something, or they're professional in that thing overall, but they do come to make up the numbers for the sport to survive. All right. And they come at a time when maybe their teams are winning or something. Yes, so you do need those people. So I'm not gonna jump the beat wagonesses. But you touched on the next side to say that when the GoFundMe and everything comes around, and how impactful it was and what the intentions are from a lot of people. In this world, a lot of people always take advantage of things. So if you believe that yes, I can eat a food off it, and if no one will even care because you're just voicing your opinion on something, yes, yeah, some people will go ahead and do that. You're gonna have those persons. We have to talk about the people that wants to do something because it doesn't matter how much the next person don't care. It's about you and what you care about. So I would just only focus on that one of I care about it, so I put out a video or something towards helping it or donate to the GoFundMe or something, you know. So I would more focus on that side. But in relation to the thing that blown out of proportion and who never really believe in them, yes, we saw that after the girls them got rid of Vin Blaine, which I'm showing it is a double standard because when the guys them do it, no one cares. You know, no one really bat an eye. But let me continue. Anyways, um, a lot of people left off them after. As what I'm saying. For instance, the girls them the girls them removed the coach, and because the coach was so big in the Jamaican politics football thing, it looks like a lot of people just saying, okay, they ain't going anywhere, and we should leave these spoiled brats alone because they are in foreign. I heard people literally publicly saying this, these people coming from foreign and they don't even know nothing on their type of behaviors. Because I never even knew that they had behaviors different. I know that they must have behaviors, I know that they must have had behaviors, but I never needed to know what behavior it is. And I heard the coach coming out saying certain things. It's because I am not supporting certain things. Why them want to get rid of me? And then when them get rid of him, hear him mode change though. If them never want me, they should have told me. And then the letter came out and said, no, we told you from the first day, so we never want you. That's why I like to read things. So it's a next prideful Jamaican man. The next prideful Jamaican man overstayed his welcome. And
Aye.
Jamaica went down in a downfall because the girls them told you what they wanted and they brought who they brought in and they got the job done. And that's why the hatred coming on these girls. And that's why I would love for a normal person that knows nothing about the conversation and not picking any side. Because I am not picking any side here, but it will always come after that because you have people have too much ego. So they can't just sit down and read all the stories and realize where it's coming from. You get me? Just go back from maybe 2.5 years ago and read our articles. And I can tell you, if you don't come to the same conclusion as myself, believe me, it would have been completely mad. You get me? Yes. But they're special. So I would just say, reason boss, they just don't pay them in the mind. The girls them said what they have to say. People keep eyes on it. So that means you can't treat them any worse. You have to up the way you treat them. You know why? Because they're producing and they are bringing in the actual capital. So the reggae boys them can't be flying on jets and they are flying on normal flights. You know why? Because they are the damn ones bringing in the money. So you need to pay them their money back and you need to give them the best flights just the same. And when the reggae boys them can get that actual money in the kitty, then they go on the flights. Or you have all heap of money. You have all heap of money, a whole heap of ball we have, And so you even know that I'm not picking side because I said one Jamaica and all top ballers come and play. But right now, if if for somebody should get preferential treatment, it has to be the girls them. So maybe if the boys have the show a little bit more, if the JFF claims they don't have it, and one somebody had to get it, it has to be the girls them. I'm very sorry. You get me? Because they are bringing in the capital. There is no way they should get below standard treatments. Period. And what I'm seeing is below standard treatments because if you have to be paying for things yourself, it is regardless of if it's 100% or 2%. You should be coming here concentrating on football, not to pay for something. And you want some money over there, so for take a taxi, for go to training or something. No, that's not supposed to work. These girls are doing things. that is not normal. So give them the respect, you know? Yeah, man. And I will always stand on that the great rich Paul, you know?
JD, it has been a pleasure having you on, chopping up and mashing up this thing, dealing with the word and the term respect. Respect, as far as the rich Paul sports family is concerned, as far as the Reason Boss is concerned, it's about action, appreciating, listening, valuing others as you would value yourself. I think it's been, in fact, I'm going to have to ask you this as a last one. I know that you have spoken and expressed that you are not the licky licky, bow down, yes, please come on my show, please come on my show, JFF representative, please come on my show. How do you feel? Let me see, what's it? Hey, Warren, big up yourself, the great Warren Webster, the father of iMaxit and WeMaxit, they're both. JD, how do you feel going forward where the likes of the JFF and people in authority are concerned when it comes to respect? If you invite somebody onto your show, if somebody is brought into a studio, should they not, in Jamaican circles, be expected to be treating the audience and the interviewer
Mm-hmm.
with respect? I saw, I'm going to speak, I saw Dennis Chung on a division being
Mm-hmm.
interviewed, and the body language, the tone, the words, the context, the history of the JFF, the history of Mr. Chung, the history of the Reggae Girls had me wondering, where I really say, is what he's saying really how it go? You've already alluded to the breaking down of the financial and the where and the what's nots. Is it too much to ask for individuals to be invited onto a WeMaxit, a coach's desk, a Ryan, a Talawa, a Eddie Vision, and to be speaking with respect, transparency, honesty, or is that pie in the sky too much to ask for? Are there levels of respect? Could it be a case of, hey, I'm representing the JFF, so respect who I am and my position and my right to speak and give a politically correct answer or a slightly skewed answer or an answer to which I don't want you to come back with a, oh, by the way, didn't you say this couple of months ago? That's my last question to the UJD. And I know you've got a bundle to say, but if you could sum up your thoughts on the matter, I would love, and I'm sure the viewers and subscribers would love, Warren, DNA, and many more watching on the rerun would love to get your insights into this. Speak, big man, speak. Real talk. No hang back.
All right. So let we make sure we answer this one balance. All right. So
Ah,
for instance, Mr. Chung pride himself on really getting the JFF back in touch. So I expect if you're trying to get something back in touch, your actions supposed to always meet. Okay, I am trying to make sure I win the trust of the people. Right. So winning the trust of the people would have to always bring transparency because obviously before they said that the JFF was a thief. They're robbing this and they're robbing that. That's what they said before. So the next thing that you have to do now is to make sure you have to prove that you're no thief, right? And that's where transparency come, right? The JFF was faced it and they don't care in your face. That was the next thing that they've said. So that comes on to what you have said about the respect and the interviews and the things. So what you have to do now, you have to come up and try and change the attitude of how you do things. So for instance, if tough questions out there because that's a JFF, it's kind of twined with tough questions. You get me? So you have to show that okay, I am not frustrated. I am humbled because I know where I'm coming from. It was not my position, but it is my position now to deal with because I took up the job. So if you never wanted to deal with it, you should not have not took the job. Period. You understand me? So your action should always be more sympathetic towards the personnels, like interviewees and stuff, because clearly they had problems before and PTSD run rampant because of the JFF. So your attitude should always be okay. I understand where you're coming from. and you have to be much more mild mannered. To be honest, So if he comes up and give an attitude and going around corner, it only tells you that maybe he's not the right man for the job. That's what it's saying. Because if you out of your own mouth came out and literally said that this is the problem for the JFF, and this is the way to go towards it. And then 3 months later, you get so frustrated, maybe you can contract PTSD yourself, and then you just start spaz out. I want to say that that might just be your problem, and it shows that you're not fit for the job, because some jobs in this world requires much more than what you bargain for. Yes. So maybe he's just not ready for that job, to be honest. And but you should be acting professional because you're coming from a professional settings and you're trying to get people's um likes and money and
Support.
all things. So every single time you touch the scene, you have to be transparent, coherent at all times, and properly your mannerism should be up there, because remember, you're seeking something for a broke down society. You get me? You're trying to get it to that level, and that's just the reality. So if you're looking at a man doing a video, not being coherent, not being transparent, and you have a dirty attitude, I think you should be fired. Period. Nothing else around it. Just period. Just fire. Ready for it. Yeah, because you have to take his word. Remember, he was the one that said that he knows exactly what was actually going on in the JFF, and he's the man for the job. So if you
Right.
lose all the battles of transparency, coherency, and also mannerism, I don't think you need a job. I think you need to go back to your house and go up on your phone and just do like everybody else. And you do your other 50 jobs. But for me, and IMAX, they will never come on that damn thing because I don't want them and nothing. You understand me? I have never tried to invite none of these people. And the only person I actually invite to my channel was Leader and Mr. Speed. And both of them came on the channel and they brought on other people. A few persons I should have brought on, but in the process of bringing them on, I heard them utter some rhetoric, and I just said, you know what, I'm not in. He's a madman, man. You like people, naturally. So, and I even had to touch him with that man, Mike. So sometimes my lack of professionalism made me turn down interviews straight up. A lot of them, I just said, yeah, I'm listening to this brother because I'm reading things, trying to know what the person know, and trying to learn from that person to have a proper interview. And by the time I'm reading through some things, I'm saying, no, I don't like this person. I'm not doing nothing. If this person not selling what I want and what I know is good for Jamaica, which is one Jamaica. Yeah, xenophobic rass. I'm not, I'm not nothing with them. I'm not even listening to you. Yeah, man. Yeah, maybe that is unprofessional. That is true. But remember, I am not working for the JFF, so you can't tell me anything. And I'm not trying
Abs-
to be a big sensation in Jamaica like I'm looking at CVM company. I'm just trying to mm, just literally make Jamaica football better and just sit back and watch a football game and Jamaica win the game. That's all I really want. I don't want to become JD media sport. You understand me? Because I'm desperate for things. That's not me. I can I can do my job, and get my pay and live my life. That's not me. So I'm glad that I got on a platform to help a cause, but I'm not trying to build through the cause. I don't want to profit of people suffering. That's not me, yeah, man. And some of these mans, I'm telling you, if you listen to them good, it make you sad. Yeah, man. So that's my answer. So sorry if Mr. Chung sees this video and get upset, but I never wanted him on my show either. I never tried to invite him on my show. I don't even care. Yeah, man.
Warren, Warren Webster, Tennessee,
Big up
DNA. They're
Tennessee. Big
bigging.
up Big Bad
Yeah,
Tennessee. A
man.
long time in here from you, sir.
I'm going to big you up and say, yeah, man, full respect, one love, one Jamaica. And
Yeah,
yes,
man.
up progress and up respect in every aspect. JD, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man. You're operating left, right, and center, all kind of hours, delivering outstanding content and coverage of the Reggae Girlz. on their campaign. Of course, less than 24 hours to go before the Reggae Girlz embark on a last 16 encounter against Colombia, with the prospect of a quarter-final dangling in front of them against the England Lionesses. A quick prediction, viewers and subscribers, throw down your predictions right here in the comment section. But uh, JD, have you enjoyed the quality of this World Cup? I believe that the hardest thing in football to do is score goals. That is why, in my opinion, Japan and Spain have been the two best teams for me to watch. I've enjoyed them, and I do hope personally that one of those teams um, win it. Big up yourself again, DNA, for supporting both myself and JD and the Jamaican footballing community. Big up yourself each and every time, as well as Tennessee and, of course, Warren Webster. What's your view on the quality of the attacking quarter from the World Cup perspective as a whole? And, of course, a quick prediction, unless you want to say, may the best team win, Jamaica, regarding Jamaica Reggae
No,
Girls versus Colombia tomorrow.
I can answer. You think I'm afraid of people? Of course I can answer. No, not already. So, anyways, for me, fantastic World Cup, fantastic World Cup. I am not happy. You're lucky. I literally owed you the interview before I come here because I would never come nowhere because the one England found a way to win because um Alozi missed a penalty, and Aparanosi missed a penalty as well. Send my team home. England gone through because Nigeria was better than them. Let me tell you that. Whether or not you're in England, let me tell you. Yes. You guys should have gotten a battering today from the big bad.
Hey, easy. We mean you guys. We are talking about you guys. You watch the ride, you know.
You're
You,
not in England.
you
You're not in England. Yes,
and in
you got
England, that no
away.
means I'm drawn for England. You see
you,
that?
you got away. The big super England. We're talking about they are going to lionesses. Thought that they had lions in the camp. They had no lions. The Falconets pick out their head top just today. Yeah, but they got lucky. Lucky, the one Demo and Jason and all of them. Yes, man. Them pick England for beat my big side, Nigeria. But Nigeria taught them a lesson today. Taught them a lesson. But on the point of the quality of the games, the quality of the games have been top shelf. The money rose in the competition for a reason. The girls are putting on good performances, as you alluded towards the Japan and the Spain. They are super good. Yes, they are super good. But even Germany that went out scored 7 goals. You understand me? And they are very good. You saw Pop is pretty much elite goal scorers, but that's what the levels are. You saw Borges from Brazil scoring an hat-trick. But after that, she never really kick on the right way. They properly never really looked at France in that game, thought that the game was done, and Renard 7'8" Renard rally up at the back stick and stick one in. You understand me? Got that win right there. So Brazil found themselves in a tough battle with Jamaica. Jamaica knew that they needed a defense to go through, and they produced a defense. So what we're seeing quality football. People know exactly what they want and going out there to try and get what they want. You understand me? And the quality is good. Some of them is just much more technical than others because definitely the African team showcasing that speed, power is real, but they still improve their technical side, and the games are much more closer. So I think it's the best World Cup ever for ladies, ever. The money, the attendance, everything telling it. It is ridiculous. I just watched Australia when I'm coming off, and Australia tour down Denmark, and you have Sam Kerr coming on in the 80th minute. And and she has this is the first time she's playing for Australia, and she's the biggest striker in the world for a million years. So it tells you. So I love what I saw. I'm passionate about it, and that's why I covered the entire tournament. And the people can't get enough because we give them the WeMaxit drugs.
Well, the likes of Warren Webster, big up yourself, Warren. Warren's going for the 1-0 to Jamaica. I'm sure DNA subscribes to that. I've predicted a 1-0 ideal as long as they get over the line. JD, listen, let me just check it out with you. Look here. When we're talking about respect, Lone Donaldson has set up the reggae. It's a real competitive World Cup indeed, Warren. When it comes to football, Lone Donaldson has set out his stall to be defensively sound. Don't concede. Give yourself every opportunity of then getting a point. Of course, this knockout stage, and you need to score. We saw with the Nigerians a great opportunity to go through. Down to 10 men, England were, and they still could not score the one solitary goal to stamp their authority over the England Lionesses in the reason bosses and JD's opinion. Now we've got Colombia coming knocking on the door. How easy, and are you concerned in any way, JD, with all due respect, that the Reggae Girlz can suddenly turn on the attacking quarter, the attacking third of their game, when so far they've been ostensibly on the back foot, defending resiliently and not attacking? How easy will it be to turn the tap on and suddenly start counter-attacking and attacking? Do you fear that a little bit of rustiness could be a factor?
To be honest, Panama, Jamaica came out and tried to attack against. Panama pushed them back as well. Um, Colombia ain't no Panama. You understand me? Colombia is better than Panama. And be honest, the odds will be saying that Colombia is the favorites in this game. It's not going to be Jamaica is the favorites in this game. You understand me? So Ramirez, Caicedo, I think they're going to cause all sorts of problem. I think Ramirez will be the problem that they have to stop because she's big and strong and very fast. But we Jamaicans used to the big, fast, and strong situation. So I guess we have to see how we deal with that one. It's going to be very, very difficult. Turning on the style, they have no choice to turn. Remember, sometimes you're attacking and not just to score, but just to defend as well, because defending is a form of attack. Because you push the team back a few back rows so you can get to set up and adjust yourself to try and stay in the game. So I do believe that Jamaica has no choice other than to come out and attack. No choice other than to come out and attack. Yeah, at some point, or else they're gonna make Caicedo kick balls from 50 yards out and put it in the top bins. You understand me? So, so I think we're gonna see a much more physical game that goes from different thirds faster. So defensive third, attacking third, and more scrappy football, not fluid football. You're not gonna see that. Nobody not being pulled off, no 50, 60 passes. This ain't Spain. This is just get the job damn done. And some clash of bodies because you have some very thick individuals on the field, and they are going to be fighting it out. So you're going to have a good game, and I'm telling you, I'm going to enjoy that game tomorrow. I think Jamaica have the possible chance of winning it. Yes, that is true. But I wouldn't put Jamaica as a favorites either. I think Colombia style that they played so far would be slightly favorites going in because they want to score goals. I've not seen Jamaica act like they want to score goals in this tournament as yet. Even against Panama, I don't see that hungriness as yet. So I'm waiting for that hunger to come and then see what happens with it. And I think the hunger will come today or whenever the game play, which is tomorrow. So I'm just hoping at that point they can turn it on. It's going to be tough to turn on because that's not how the world works. You can't just defend for 90 is all of the games and then turn up and say they're going to attack. It's not going to work. So hopefully Bunny Shaw can shut up the naysayers, them slap one top bin showcase Manchester City she play for, and she a big striker. And then, yeah, I'm hoping, but will it happen? I am not sure at all. And one thing I'm sure of, I am not sure it's going to happen. So, so let me just wait and see the game. I am going for a 1-1 draw and going into penalties
Did
because
you
I
hear that,
think
DNA? DNA?
a
DNA was
1-1
asking for your
draw
prediction.
into penalties.
Yes, my
And
lord, my lord.
into penalties, the money on the line, they know that everybody waiting for a dollar. The whole country waiting on this money. They are not gonna miss the penalties like Nigeria. They are going to
Hey,
slap the penalties in the goal and make me feel more happier. Yes, I think so, you know. But in real time, why I don't think they're gonna outscore them. But yeah, yeah, because I've not seen anything to say that they're gonna outscore them. But I would hope that they do outscore them. I think you're gonna concede in this game though, and I think it's gonna be 1-1. That's what I think. You know. Because we have to offer some attacking threat, and that attacking threat will open up that back 10 that we are using. You know, yes, because we have to attack. We have to attack. Yes, somehow. Well, them come ready because Colombia coming to eat jerk chicken. What?
Jerk chicken, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Hi. Warren
Well,
Webster each and every time bringing the flavor.
I'm wondering.
Listen, eh, let me say, look here, JD, it has been a pleasure. I am going to salute and let you get on with your proceedings.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you very much, Warren Webster, DNA, Tennessee, all those viewers who have been watching silently, those who are going to be watching on the rerun, and of course to all those viewers and subscribers to WeMaxit and the Jamaican social media. Big up yourself, be that 12th man as the Jamaican Reggae Girls seek to create history. JD has set the plate, he set the dinner table, the dining table. There's going to
Yes.
be a bag of sweat going on. We don't know which way this is going to go. Of course, we want the Reggae Girls to turn out victorious. And of course, that delicious and enticing prospect, will this motivate the Reggae Girls even more, or will this distract them? The thought of England, let that marinate. England, England, motherland. So them say, England taking on Jamaica, Jamaica taking on small but Talawa, taking on England. What a prospects. We talked about the Falcons picking up the heads of the Lionesses. You can imagine the bag of jokes and the bag of excitement should the Reggae Girls make a quarter final. I'm gonna have my cup of tea. I know you're gonna tend to business. I will be tuning in, of course, to WeMaxit in the
Yeah, man. And we are gonna do and we are gonna do
respect
one of
for
these
coming on
things.
to
We are
Richbow
gonna do
Sports.
one of these things maybe next day. I will contact you and we'll do it on my channel next day. All right.
In the meantime, thank you for your insight, for your bag of jokes, but your bag of wisdom, telling it as you see it, full of reasoning. I can only say salute, a pleasure having you. Love to your family. Big up to all those viewers and subscribers, and we will see you again. JD, peace and respect. You don't know.